In this video, we will learn how to create and use custom model binder in ASP.NET Core Web API application. Let's assume we need to send some data in the query string or route or header, etc. But data is the important concept here. For example, we are sending some values by using pipe separation, but in ASP.NET Core, we are using array of that type. So in this scenario, built-in model binder will not work. So we have to create custom model binder. Then we need to manipulate the data. It means we will get the incoming data. We will remove the pipe. Then we will convert it into an array. Once the data conversion is done, then bind it to the parameters which we are using in our controller action method. Here we are using the same application that we have created in this ASP.NET Core video series. Let's create a new action method inside this countries controller. Public action result, then method name search countries, return OK method, then route for this action method. Here we will use HTTP get method, then route will be search, then parameter will be array of string, so string countries. Now let's create a new class to create custom model binder. You can create this class inside any folder or root level. I will create this new class at root level. Right click here, then click add, choose new class. Your name of the class will be custom binder. We got the new class here. Inherit this class from iModelBinder. Add the namespace. This iModelBinder belongs to Microsoft.ASP.NETCore.MVC.ModelBinding. Now implement the interface. You can see here we got this new method inside this custom binder class. So we have to work with this class. This method as model binding context parameter. This parameter will help us to read the incoming data, to manipulate it and bind it. Let's remove this line. First, we need to get the data from this binding context. Then we need to manipulate it. As I said earlier, we can send the data in query string, route or header, etc. Let's see some important concepts. Let's get the data by using this variable where data equal binding context dot http context dot request. In this request object, we will get incoming HTTP request details. Here you can see we have some properties, headers, query, path, body and schema. Using these properties, we can get actual values. So here we can use this query because the incoming data are available in this query string. From this query, we need to convert the data to the specific type. For that, where result equal data dot try get value. To read the incoming data, we have to use this try get value method. Now let's see the definition of this method. Go to definition. You can see here try get value method as two parameters. So we have to pass two parameters. First is the key and second parameter is the value. See here the second parameter's type is out. So we will get the data from the key and the actual value will be from the second parameter. Now go back to custom binder class. Here let's say name of the query string is countries. Then second parameter type is out. Then we have to use out here. Um, var country. See here, we are passing two parameters. First parameter is countries, which is the name of the query string that we will use in the URL. In the second parameter, we are passing another variable for out. Actual value of the first parameter is available in this country. Now, we have to manipulate the country data. This try get value method returns a bool value. So if result, if this method returns true value, then we will convert the data into an array. So var array equal country dot toString dot apply split method here because split the data from pipe. Now we have manipulated the data here. So far, whatever the data getting from the request, we have removed the pipe from the data. Then we have an array of the string. Now we have to bind this manipulated data to the actual parameter that we are using in the controller action method. For that, binding context dot result equal model binding result dot success array. Once the data binding is done, we have to complete this task. For that, return task dot completed task. That's it. Now, custom model binder is ready to use. Simply, we can use this in our action method. Go to countries controller. I want to use custom model binder in this action method. To use the model binder in parameter, we have to use some attribute here. That is model binder. We need to provide the type of model binder that we are using here. Then a name of the custom model binder. So here custom binder. To test this, return the countries in this OK method. That's it. Save and run this application. The application is running. Copy this URL. See the base route. In the URL, we have to append API and then controller name. Then we have to append this search. Open a Postman. Here we are using get method. Then paste the URL, append API and then countries. Then search. In the query string, we need to send some data. Countries equal India, China, Dubai, Canada. Click the send button to send the request. See here we got the output and we have 200 OK status code. The concept of custom model binder is we are sending the data in this format. Then we are separating the data by using pipe symbol. Then we are treating this data as array of string in action method. Now let's put a breakpoint in custom binder. Send the request again. Let's see what we have in this binding context. See here binding sources custom, then field name countries. In HTTP context, we have connection details from form options and then items. Expand this request here. Here we have all the incoming HTTP details, path. Using this URL, we can access the action method. This is the actual path. Then type of the method is get. Here is HTTPS true. Then host URL of this site. We have headers too here. Okay. Now press F10. Press F10 to execute the new line of code. You can see here in the country object, in this non-public members, see the values. Then the request is true here. If the result is true, then we need to convert it to a string. Then we need to split using this pipe symbol. Um, we have all the values here. Okay. In custom model binder, important concept is read the data from the incoming request, then manipulate it, bind it as a result in binding context using this model binding result dot success array. Remember one important thing, if you are using custom model binder, before hitting the action method, the request will pass through the model binding that we are using in the parameter. This is how custom model binder works in ASP.NET Core web application. Thanks for watching this video.